price right now plummets, if it sells off, that is completely fine because we did all we had to do to break down what was going on from the weekly time frames to the daily time frame, right? Right? To the hour, to the 4 hour, the 4 hour, right? Down to the 1 hour, right? We broke it down completely. Every step of the way, we understood what price was doing and why it was reacting to certain levels and doing certain things. This is how you perform a top-down analysis. Yo, Gem fam, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel, Dropping Gems FX, where my main goal is to lace you guys up with advice and tips on how to take your Forex journey to the next level and bring you guys along my Forex journey. So in this video, we're gonna be discussing top-down analysis. And this is basically the process of how I specifically, and I feel like other traders, go about analyzing and breaking down their charts. And this is going to be a video that encompasses all the topics that we've discussed prior, like support and resistance, obviously, trend line, how to draw a trend, identify a trend, risk management, risk to reward ratio, pips, pairs, all of that stuff that we've already covered and we've already, dove into. We're gonna take all those puzzle pieces and put them together to create the bigger picture when we are completing our analysis. So, if you find this video helpful, if you find this video informative, please leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow trader. You never know who you might help. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so welcome back. Right now we are on a different pair than usual, and I just wanted to use this pair just because I wanted to switch it up. I know I've marked up GBP USD during these videos quite a bit, so it wouldn't be fair if I go ahead and perform this top-down analysis. You guys have already seen those levels. You've already seen how I marked that pair up. So we're gonna move on to a different pair. Right now we have USD CAD. And there's 5 specific time frames in this analysis. We're going to go over each and every one of them. So we're going to start off with the weekly time frame. Okay. We're going to move on to the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute, right? So we're going to use the weekly and the daily time frames to gain a clear understanding of the direction that price is headed in. And then we're going to move on to the 4 hour to look at any type of patterns like price action at that point. 1 hour is going to be our entry, and if you really want to get in the nitty gritties and snipe, even 15 minutes is the lowest time frame that I would look at. I don't even need to look at the 1 minute. I don't need to look at the 3 minute, the 5 minute. That movement is so insignificant in comparison to the bigger picture. You're just going to be wasting your time trying to figure out why price is moving the way it is. So let's go ahead and get right into the weekly time frame, right? What do we see? On the weekly time frame, we can mark some key levels that we have identified off the rip. One of them is going to be here, right? So we're going to want to mark up key areas that are relevant to where price is at the given point in time, which is here today. So obviously I wouldn't go ahead and put a support or resistance line here because that's really far from price and doesn't help me at the current moment. So also from the weekly time frame, we can see that we have this huge bearish trend, right? But we've already reached, let me see if I can highlight this real quick. We've already reached the support over here, this kind of floor. Like I told you guys before, you can think of this as a floor, right? We've reached this floor, and now we see this impulsive bullish movement, right? The bulls are showing up in the market. So let's move on to the daily time frame. So what do we see happen? Okay, on the bigger picture, we're gonna look at this scale and try to recreate what has happened in this market, right? So off the bat, I see a triangle pattern, right? Boom, boom, right? So price created a series of lower highs, but did not create lower lows. It could not come past the support line until, obviously, momentum build up and we had this breakout, right? We had this breakout right here, breakout, and then the retest, right? Breakout, retest right there, and then the continuation down, right? And then what do we have? Price hit this lower support down here. Just try to make this as clean as possible. Price hit this lower support and then reacted from there, right? It came up for a little bit of a bullish movement, but ultimately could not sustain that movement. So we have a situation where price wanted to come up but just didn't have enough momentum and made this kind of curve. Now if we look further, we're not going to just because I don't want to lose a place, but if we look further, this is nothing but a head and shoulders pattern, right? So this is another chart pattern that presented itself on a daily time frame that we could have taken advantage of, right? We have the left shoulder, we have the head, and then we have the right shoulder, okay? Really simple. We have the break of this, then we have a little bit of a retest, didn't really come back all the way before a continuation down. Now over here, we can zoom in. Okay, so I just want you guys to get a good picture of that, right? So we had this huge descending triangle formation on the daily time frame. It broke through, retested, continued, hit a key level, right? The structure from the past, right? Reacted from there, then created a head and shoulders pattern for the downside, broke through that, retested, now it continued down, right? So we are reading this chart like a book, right? We're following the story along and we want to understand, you know, what's gonna happen now, right? So what we can do now is go ahead to the 4-hour time frame, right? Zoom out a little bit more. All right, in this picture here, what can we, you know, conclude? What can we conclude, right? So we have a series of lower highs and lower lows, right? So we can do, right? This is gonna be the high, so a lower high, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, and then we have a series of lower lows. And guys, please excuse the noise in the background. They're doing construction right in front of my window, so this is terrible timing, terrible timing. But it is what it is, and I hope you guys can hear me clearly. If not, I'll just have to redo this video and post it at a later date. But hopefully we don't have to do all that, right? So we have another lower low. Where's this guy? I can't even see it. Lower low. Lower low. Okay, so from the last video, we understood that if we have a series of lower lows and lower highs, we can identify that that is a bearish trend. Now the trend is selling off, right? So if we identify the trend, we can then go ahead and draw trend lines. Let's do that right now. We're still in the 4-hour time frame. Keep that in mind. Still in the 4-hour time frame, right? So we'll draw trend lines all throughout this, right? Boom. We're going to go ahead and do the same at the bottom. So we went ahead and identified the trend, and it is bearish for sure. The long-term trend is bearish, right? But what's happening right now at this current time, right? Taking this picture into account. So we had this long-term bearish trend. The price was bouncing up and down in that channel. And then what did we have here? We had a breakout. So at this point in time, what this is telling us is that the US dollar became stronger than the Canadian dollar, right? This whole big picture essentially meant that the Canadian dollar gained strength over the US dollar. So it was just selling off. But as it stands right now, it has broken this bearish channel. Price has broken through, right? And we have a little bit of a pullback, right, for that retest of the break, right? We see that price literally came and touched right here, right on the break. And as it is right now, it looks like it will be making its way to retest this support in the past that is now going to be resistance if price gets to that level, right? So the way we would do this, considering, let's go back in time a little bit. Let's say that price had just, you know what I'm saying? Let's say that happened, right? We got into the market, or we got into this pair, started analyzing, and this is the picture that we see. We understand it broke through the bearish channel. Now it retested the breakout, and now we can get in and look for position. Let's go on a 1-hour time frame. Okay. What do we have here, right? We have a little bit of ranging. I'm not gonna lie, we have a little bit of ranging. Right, so let's highlight that so we know what it is. A little bit of ranging. And what happens when we see this ranging? What we want to do is wait for a breakout and a retest of the consolidation zone. Okay, so this is how we do it. And we talked about how to trade this in a couple videos in the past. So essentially what we want to see from this point on is a breakout and a retest. Let me get that out. Want to see a breakout, clear breakout, retest, and a continuation up. That is perfect. And we will look to get in at the retest. We're not looking to get in right now. Although on this 1-hour time frame, yes, we have a double top here. On the 4-hour time frame, we saw that it came and retested the breakout of the bearish channel. Okay, we understand that completely. But let's look for high probability trades with minimal risk, okay? So this is what we're going to do. Wait for that retest, get in, maybe set our stop loss somewhere at the bottom of the consolidation zone, and set our take profit up here, right? This is the first zone that we're going to set our take profit to. That's 152 pips, right? A 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio, almost 1-to-5. I like it. It's beautiful, okay? It's beautiful. It's beautiful, especially for small accounts. This is a nice solid trade that is going to gradually up your account size, right? So let's go ahead and see what happens, right? Right? Boom. You're in the trade. At this point in time, you're in the trade. And obviously, you would be in profit right now. The markets are about to close. It is Friday. So this would be a move that we anticipate for, next week. Which, you know what? I really like this move. and I'm going to be in it. So essentially that's it. That's the T, right? That's how you perform a top-down analysis. Now, price can literally continue to plummet, right? It all depends on, what the Feds do, how the US dollar, gains strength. Right now it's climbing, right? So hopefully it continues on this steady, recovery. But it all depends on what the US dollar wants to do. But if price right now plummets, if it sells off, that is completely fine, because we did all we had to do to break down what was going on from the weekly time frames to the daily time frame, right? Right? To the hour, to the 4 hour, the 4 hour, right? Down to the 1 hour. Right? We broke it down completely, every step of the way. We understood what price was doing and why it was reacting to certain levels and doing certain things. This is how you perform a top-down analysis. And more often than not, if you do this the correct way, if you put your key levels, your trends, if you identify all that you need to, your chart patterns, you will be successful in identifying high probability, low risk trades. And that's all we want to do, and do that over and over again. We're not looking for perfectionists. We're not looking for 100% accuracy. We want the best possible outcome that we can get. So this is how we do this, right? Guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you found this at all insightful, please leave a like, subscribe, share this video on your Instagram page. Follow me on Instagram. It's in the link below. And just run it up, guys. We're at 73 subscribers. We're going crazy. We're gonna hit 100 pretty soon. This is phenomenal. And at 100 subscribers, I'm gonna do a little special giveaway. I'm still gonna think about what I'm gonna do, but I want to give something back to you guys for all the support that you guys have shown me in the past 2 months. So thank you guys, and tune in next week for the next video.